Hey beautiful people, Christelle here. It's been a very long time since my spew of videos, so I'm gonna be a lot more consistent this time around, especially because I am home, working from home for the past couple of months, and COVID-19 is kind of, keeping us indoors. So hopefully, that will make my output of videos a lot quicker. So as you can probably guess, this video is not going to be about my lovely head of hair. It's actually going to be about my eyebrows. So what about my eyebrows, you might ask? I just got a procedure done. Well, if you count January as just. But recently I've got a procedure done where I've microshaded my eyebrows. I didn't microblade them. Microshading is very different. There is a very different needle involved, and it's not really making slits into your eyebrows to mimic hair. It's more so tattooing your eyebrows, or like how women, we like to fill in our eyebrows to make them darker, to make them have like a really nice shape. So this procedure actually makes it so you don't have to fill in your eyebrows. So you can kind of skip that step in your makeup routine and kind of get things done a little quicker. So I remember every single morning, I used to fill in my eyebrows. I do have pretty, thick or pretty full eyebrows. Before I got this done, but there was a little bit of patching in my brows. So I said, you know what, to get rid of these patches, to make sure that they're always consistent and full, I'm gonna get my brows done. And lucky me, one of my best friends is in school to become a esthetician. I think I said it right. But she actually did the procedure for me, and I'm very thankful for it. I have not yet done my touch-up because, okay, we'll get into that. We will get into that. I'm sorry, I'm just getting real excited right now. So I'm just gonna storytell a little bit of my specific experience with microshading. I've never had a tattoo ever, so this was the first time getting something like that done, and the fact that I had that on my face was a little scary. So it's okay if you have a lot of concerns going into it. It might not be for you, but it was just something that I wanted to try out. And my best friend, she needed some eyebrow models at the time to kind of practice. I didn't like the fact that I was practice, but practice makes perfect, and I wanted to support her. So I offered myself up, and I was like, okay, yeah, we can do this, but it better look good though, because if not, girl, that's my face. And so before I got this procedure done, my best friend told me everything that I needed to know before going in. So she told me all the information about it. So she told me that she had to use the specific needle. She told me she uses a numbing cream as well. She also said that the healing process, I believe, is about 6 to 8 weeks or something like that. No, I'm lying. She said that it is about, I think, 4 to 6 weeks, because after 4 to 6 weeks is when you would go in and get your first touch-up. So typically, if you do get your touch-up in the timely manner, your microshaded brows will last for about 1 to 3 years, depending on how dark you have gotten, the pigment within your eyebrows. So the process began in her home office. So because she was still practicing, she wasn't in a salon just yet. But she had all the materials. She was well prepared. She had, that chair. She had a bunch of sterile equipment. Had the razor blades, the numbing cream, she had gloves, she had alcohol pads. So it was a very sterile, safe environment, and I actually felt safe. I remember first she applied the numbing cream to my brows while she got the needle ready, while she got everything else cleaned and double cleaned, and then she wrapped my eyebrows with plastic wrap to make sure that numbing cream actually set in and I could actually feel it like tingling and moving in my skin and stuff like that. I remember thinking to myself, like, I'm really about to get a procedure done right now. Like, I'm really undergoing the knife. I've never had anything like this done before. I had a whole like shower cap thing on. Everything was like tucked away. Like, it was really professional. So typically this procedure takes, I believe, anywhere from like 2 to 4 hours or so. But because, you know, that's my best friend, and I was like, this is my face, don't play with me, girl, because so it took a little longer for her to actually do my brows, and the longest part was the eyebrow mapping. The eyebrow mapping is done with like this pigment thread where she'll actually, you know, take the pigment thread and like shape your brows to the shape that you want it to be in. This is gonna last 1 to 3 years. You need to make sure that it's perfect, because girl, I ain't going outside looking all crazy, okay? So yeah, we had to make sure that the map of my brows was to my liking before she could actually go in and use the actual needle and pigment my brows. Mapping took probably about 4 hours. Like, that was the whole procedure in itself, just to map, because she was trying to make sure things were perfect. I was trying to make sure things were perfect, and my face is slanted, is lopsided. I don't know if you can see it right now, but it is. And when she was up close and personal in my personal space, you can actually see that. So it was a little frustrating because one eyebrow was higher than the other, one was shorter, one was longer. So it was a little frustrating, but we ultimately did it. So my skin in particular is very, very sensitive. Every time I go to the eyebrow salon, I always ask them if they can use soft thread, because if not, my skin will puff up and get bumps. And like, you see, there's already a little bump right here. I ain't thread in a little while, so I don't know. But also, yeah, if I pluck my hair around my eyebrows, you know, it'll get bumped. And now, the moment you guys have all been waiting for, the actual tattoo. Y'all, I've never had a tattoo before, so I don't know how this was supposed to feel. I just know that the numbing cream was on my face. I felt like it was a little tingly, so I'm like, all right, my face is pretty numb. This should not hurt, or, you know, like, we'll be okay. So when sis put the needle on my face, bruh. That was pain unseen. I've never felt something like that before, especially on my face. No. But I can take pain though. So, you know, I let her continue on with the procedure. I was just like squirming a little bit in my seat, but I was making sure that I wasn't interfering with what she was doing, because that would be at my own expense. I ended up telling her, like, yeah, this really hurts. Like, can you put a little more numbing cream on for me, please? So she put on a little bit more numbing cream, but you have to wait a little bit for it to activate. So while she's waiting for it, she started on the next brow. So the thing is, you don't go full on and do the whole entire shading of one brow first and then get to the second one. Or at least that's not how she did it. While she was waiting for the numbing cream to activate, she started to outline the second brow. And honestly, I think that's smart, because it gives your client, your patient, kind of time to heal a little bit, or to, you know, anticipate what's to come next. So you're not putting all that pressure on one eyebrow. You're giving it a break for a little bit, and then you're moving on to the next one. So after she did the outline for both of them, like, she stopped, she let me look at it or whatever. I mean, it's not like we could turn back if I didn't like it at that point anyway. But I like the fact that she allowed me to see, you know, how my eyebrows are progressing. Anyone else who was doing my eyebrows and it was hurting like that, me being me, I probably would have stayed silent. I probably would have thought, you know, that's how it's supposed to feel, and I wouldn't have said anything. I would have just, you know, took the pain and took it like a champ. That was weird. Okay, we'll probably take that part out. So along the way, I was like, bro, is this supposed to feel like this? she was very confused as well. She was like, why are you feeling pain? Because I used the cream. Come to find out, sis didn't use as much cream as she needed to. Bro, my brows were dying. I was legit dying in my seat. Like, after we finally realized that it was because she didn't put enough numbing cream, we put more, and that was like that was a life-changing experience. Like, that was like eye-opening, because I was just like, wow, if we started the whole entire process with this much numbing cream, I would not be in this much pain. But I mean, I'm not saying this to scare you guys or anything like that. Like, obviously, if you use enough, it's gonna work. It's gonna be good. So you guys are fine. Just make sure, you know, it's actually really numb, and don't just be like, yeah, like, it's great, I'm ready to get started. Like, nah. You really want there to be enough numbing cream before you start. I was super satisfied with how my brows came out. Like I said, my face is like higher, lower, like a little lopsided. So it was a little bit of an adjustment, especially because my brows were very, very dark. During the healing process, the pigment will peel off, and whatever is like in your skin will show through. And it's a lot lighter. It doesn't look unnatural. Like, it literally looks pretty natural. Like, right now, it looks like my brows are filled in. I am past due for a touch-up. So sometimes I will use my old brow pencil just to touch it up, because I haven't been able to, you know, get my post, you know, operation or post procedure touch-up. So now for the healing process. That will have you going through a mix of emotions, like a real mix of emotions, to ensure that like your healing process is the best healing process while you're sobbing and going through, you know, these 100 different mixed feelings about, why did I do this? Am I ever gonna be normal again? There is a specific way that you want to take care of your face and take care of your brows to make sure the pigment stays, and to make sure you didn't just waste your time. And for those of you who are paying, you didn't waste your money. So literally you want to use very, very gentle cleansers on your face. Recommended that I use Cetaphil. So I already had this in my house, so it wasn't, you know, a big deal for me to go out and get it or anything like that. I know for some people this might be expensive. Cetaphil usually runs around like $10 to like $15, depending on the size you get. You can get like one that's like probably like this big for maybe like $8 or something like that if you're never going to use it. And aside from using the Cetaphil, you don't want to use any makeup or anything around your eyebrows that has vitamin C in it. You don't want to use anything that has hyaluronic acid in it. Those things are going to deter your healing process, and you know, your skin is pretty sensitive at that point in time, so you don't want to use any acids or anything around your eyebrows. So to seal in whatever, you know, you just put in your brows with Cetaphil, you want to use Aquaphor. This is a advanced therapy healing ointment for dry, cracked, and irritated skin. So this actually, it's proven to restore your skin, to smooth it, and to basically help the healing process and to move it along a lot quicker. So literally I was walking around for like a month with shiny eyebrows, and I was just like, yeah, I just got, you know, a procedure done, so that's why my eyebrows are glistening. In order to apply the Aquaphor, I actually used cotton swab. So I didn't use my finger, because you don't know what other, you know, dirt and debris that you might have under your fingernails, even though you washed your hands. So you want to be really, really careful. I used the cotton swab, put a little bit of Aquaphor on it, and just outlined my brows, and actually went over the hairs on my eyebrow to make sure that everything was fully protected. Like, I was not playing, bro. I was not playing at all. No games. After, you know, you do this process for a couple of weeks, you know, your skin will begin to bubble up, bump up, peel, and you're just gonna die inside. No, but it will do that. And I remember sending pictures to my friend all the time, like, oh my gosh, look what happened. This is only happening to one brow. It didn't happen to the other. One's peeling faster than the other. What's going on? But she didn't assure me that this was normal. I was Googling stuff like crazy. I was just like, bruh, like, this better not have been a waste of time. But no, like, it legit is worth your while. And if you are thinking about it, then I think that this is something that you should make sure you trust the person who's going to do it, or you read about, you know, or read different reviews and things that other people have had with that specific technician or clinician, whatever they're called, I'm sorry. But you just want to read reviews and make sure that you know who's going to be operating and doing that on your face. And as far as maintenance, you can still go to your eyebrow salon after you're fully healed, if you know you have excess hair and stuff like that and you don't want to you know, use tweezers. For me, I like to use these. So I got these little razors from Sephora, and you know, I literally just, you know, shave a little down, and you know, pull this up a little and shave up there. Literally, I've been doing that since probably February. I got my eyebrows done in January. February, I, you know, invested in these and I started doing them, and I have not gone to do my brows since, and it's basically end of April, almost May. And I don't know if I see myself going back to the eyebrow salon or if I'm gonna just, you know, do this myself, but if I could save money, then hey, here we go. But honestly, guys, if you are thinking about it, definitely make sure you read all your information, you know what you're getting yourself into, because like I said, this lasts 1 to 3 years, and you have to obviously care for your brows, and you have to make sure you follow all the steps to have a very good experience. I hope that this video was very informative, and if you have any questions whatsoever about the experience, or if there's something that I didn't cover, or if you just need a safe place or someone to ask questions to, I'm open, I'm happy to help. I mean, I hope this video was that for you, was that like determining factor, like, should I do it, should I not, should I? It was a very pleasant experience. So I hope, you know, whatever you guys decide, that you choose whatever's best for you, whether it be micro shading or microblading. Yeah, so please give this video a thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, thanks guys, bye.